In a prosperous town known for its thriving trade and bustling markets, there lived two merchants, Arjun and Vikram. Though both were successful, their values and approach to life were vastly different. Arjun was honest, kind, and fair in his dealings. He believed that business was not just about making money, but also about serving the community and ensuring mutual benefit. His customers trusted him, and his name was spoken with respect. Vikram, on the other hand, was cunning and driven purely by profit. He often exploited opportunities without concern for others, believing that wealth was the only measure of success. While he was rich, his greed had earned him a reputation as someone who would do anything for money. One day, news spread of a distant kingdom where traders could make incredible fortunes. Hearing this, both Arjun and Vikram decided to embark on a journey to seek their share of wealth. They packed their belongings, stocked up on supplies, and set out on their adventure, unaware that their journey would test them in ways they could never have imagined. After several days of travel, the two merchants reached a crossroads where an old man sat beneath a large banyan tree. His beard was long, his clothes tattered, yet his eyes carried a wisdom that seemed timeless. As Arjun and Vikram approached, the old man called out to them, his voice calm but firm. "Travelers, be careful. The road ahead will test your true nature." Vikram chuckled and turned to Arjun. "These old men love to talk in riddles. Let's not waste time." But Arjun was curious. He stepped forward and asked, "What do you mean, wise one?" The old man smiled. "You will find a golden opportunity, but only the wise will benefit from it." Arjun bowed respectfully and thanked the old man. Vikram, rolling his eyes, muttered, "Fortune favors the bold, not the cautious." With that, they continued their journey, unaware of the challenge that lay ahead. After traveling through vast deserts and dense forests, the merchants found themselves in a thick jungle. The trees towered above them, their branches intertwining like ancient guardians of secrets long forgotten. As they walked, Vikram suddenly stopped and pointed excitedly. "Look over there." Between the vines and rocks, they saw the entrance to a cave. Inside, their eyes widened in astonishment. Piles of gold coins, glistening jewels, and chests overflowing with treasure filled the cavern. The air was thick with the scent of old riches, untouched for what seemed like centuries. Vikram's hands trembled with excitement. "We're rich," he exclaimed, rushing forward and grabbing handfuls of gold, stuffing them into his bags as quickly as he could. Arjun, however, hesitated. Something about this seemed unnatural. What if this treasure belongs to someone? Or what if it's cursed? He wondered. But Vikram was too lost in greed to listen. "Don't be a fool, Arjun. If we don't take it, someone else will." After much thought, Arjun finally picked up a small pouch of coins, just enough to help his family and sustain his business. He refused to take more than he needed. Just as they turned to leave, the ground shook violently. A deep, rumbling voice echoed through the cave. "Only those who respect others' wealth shall leave safely." Suddenly, the entrance to the cave collapsed with a deafening crash. Dust and debris filled the air. Vikram, still clutching bags of gold, was trapped inside. Arjun, who had been near the exit, barely managed to escape. Arjun, gasping for breath, turned around to see the cave now sealed shut. A cold silence filled the air. Just then, he noticed the same old man standing nearby, as if he had been waiting for them all along. Arjun, still shaken, asked, "Did you know this would happen?" The old man nodded. "Greed blinds people, but wisdom leads them to safety. You took only what you needed, and the cave let you go." Vikram, however, was driven by greed. He took more than his share, and now he faces the consequences. Arjun's heart sank. Despite Vikram's flaws, he couldn't leave him behind. Determined to save his companion, he began digging through the rubble, calling out Vikram's name. From inside the cave, Vikram's weak voice answered, "Help me, I was wrong. I should have listened." For hours, Arjun worked tirelessly, removing stones one by one. Finally, with great effort, he managed to create an opening large enough for Vikram to crawl out. Covered in dust, weak and humbled, Vikram looked at Arjun with tears in his eyes. "You could have left me behind, but you didn't. I don't deserve your kindness." Arjun placed a hand on Vikram's shoulder. True wisdom is not just about knowing right from wrong, but also about helping others learn from their mistakes. Vikram lowered his head, ashamed yet grateful. The two merchants returned home, but their experiences had changed them forever. Arjun, with his small pouch of gold, used it wisely. He expanded his business, not through greed, but through fairness and honesty. He helped struggling farmers, provided jobs to the needy, and earned the love and respect of his people. Vikram, on the other hand, had lost most of what he took. The heavy gold he had carried slowed him down, forcing him to leave much of it behind on the way home. He had risked everything and nearly lost his life, all for the sake of greed. However, the experience had taught him a valuable lesson. No longer the ruthless merchant he once was, Vikram began conducting his business with honesty, following in Arjun's footsteps. Though it took time, he rebuilt his reputation and earned back the trust of those he had once deceived. Years later, both men stood as the most respected merchants in the town, not for the wealth they had accumulated, but for the wisdom they had gained. And somewhere, far away, beneath the same old banyan tree, the mysterious old man smiled, knowing that the greatest treasures are not found in caves, but within the hearts of those who choose wisdom over greed.